Hey, it's Nathan Williams with Crazy Marketing. In this video, I want to talk about creating a group on Facebook. So let's go ahead and just get straight into it. Now, I am using the quote-unquote new Facebook. So it looks like this right here. If you're still using the old Facebook and you want to switch, you just come up to your menu. So I'll switch back to the old Facebook, and then we'll switch over to the new Facebook. So we can learn how to do it with the new Facebook, because I imagine everything will be the new Facebook sooner or later. So yeah, if you're in the old Facebook and want to follow along, switch to the new Facebook, and it should look like this once it loads. So here we go in the new Facebook. So this is where we're going to go from. Now there's a couple different ways you can go ahead and create a group. You can come up to the top right corner here, hit create, and select group. Now when you create a group this way, you're creating a group with your personal profile. So if you want a group that uses like your personal account, then this is the way you would go ahead and do that. Alternatively, you can go ahead and create a group from your page. So that way, like, people are joining your Facebook page's group. And that's a little bit, more professional for businesses, and also it keeps your private life more private, right? So to do that, what we want to do is you need to have a page, of course, first. So if you don't have a page yet, I do have a video on how to create a Facebook page. So you can go ahead and create a page, and then you want to go ahead and navigate to your page. So I have my page down here, Nathan's Shoe Store. And so I got my page, and I want to create a group from this page. So what I do is I click on More right here, and then Community. And then it says create a group to build a community around your page. And you click Create Group. And now it goes ahead. I don't know if that's real sentence. It asks us to configure some settings. So the name of your group, and you can go ahead and customize the name of your group. You can go ahead and add some people and automatically select it to add myself. So I'll leave that there. And then we can go ahead and select privacy. So we have public. Anyone can see who's in the group and what they post. And then there's private, so only members can see who's in the group and what they post. So this, of course, is personal preference, whether you want people to have to join in order to see what's inside, or you want just anybody to see what's going on, and you want everybody, and open borders, all that stuff. More than likely, you probably want a private group, so that way you don't get a bunch of spam and random crap up in there. And then we can go ahead and select our visibility for our group. So visible, anyone can find this group, or hidden, only members can find this group. And basically what the difference is here is you can go ahead and link over to your group. Like you can post your link on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Instagram or something like that, and somebody can come over and join your group. Whereas with a hidden group, like, you have to go in there and you have to invite people by name or by email or something like that. And so that's the only way they could join, is if you go and you invite them personally. Personally, I typically go with visible, so that way I can just share the link and people can join. So these are my typical settings, is a private group. However, it's visible, so I can share it. So those are my default settings. And then I go ahead and hit create. And so just like that, I've gone ahead and created a brand new group based on my page. So Nathan Shoe Store group. Now I can, of course, go ahead and edit my header image here, and I could choose from group photos or from illustrations or upload a photo. And just for the sake of example, I'm going to go ahead and upload a photo. Now, of course, this photo has nothing to do with groups, but if I was setting this group up for real, I'd go ahead and make a nice cover photo, kind of outlining what is going on in this group or what this group is about. And you've probably joined groups on Facebook before. So if you've done it before and you kind of, see what different groups have to offer and how they're structured and everything, like, you can get ideas for your own group. Anyway, that's how you go ahead and post a cover image. Now let's come over to the left-hand side and go through some of these options over here so we can figure out what is most important. And I want to go ahead and start off with settings down here at the bottom. So let's click into here. Now, these are like the basic default settings, and you can go ahead and update the name and description, as well as the privacy settings, or change your location of the group. And so go ahead and choose whatever's relevant here. You can also go ahead and customize your web address, so that way you can make it, easier for people to find, or when you share the link, it's prettier and all that type of stuff. So if you're making an official group and you want to share the link, I recommend going ahead and creating a custom web address. So again, it's easier to share and it just looks better. You could also go ahead and change your group color. So if you have a brand color, like I'm orange, obviously. I got orange hat, orange shirt, so I typically go with the orange color, but you could go ahead and select whatever color is relevant to your business if you want to, of course. And then there's badges over here, and a badge is like a membership badge. So right now we have founding members badges. However, over time and as people join your group, you can go ahead and create new badges and assign them to individuals. So that's pretty cool, if you really want to build like a community and things like that. people like badges, and it can mean a lot, like the top contributor badge and things like that. So if you want to use badges, by all means, go ahead and enable that feature. Coming on down here, we can go ahead and select what type of group it is, whether it's a general or buy and sell or gaming, social learning, jobs, work, etc. So choose what's relevant here, and this just helps Facebook understand what type of group you have, and then that way when they're recommending groups to people, like yours may or may not pop up based off of your settings here. So it is important to go through here and select the appropriate group type. I'm going to go ahead and close it for now. And then we get into manage membership, so who can actually join the group. And so you can go ahead and accept people and pages or only people. So personal preference here. Coming on down here, so who can approve member requests, anyone in the group or only admins and moderators. Typically, I recommend starting with only admins and moderators, so that way you don't have just like anybody inviting anybody in, and it keeps your group a little bit more exclusive and private and controlled. So this is what I usually do, but if you want like the biggest group possible, then maybe you want to let anybody in the group let people in, and so on. Coming on down here, so who is pre-approved to join the group, and you can go ahead and pre-approve people based off of other groups they're members of. So if they're already in one of your other groups, they could automatically just join this group and not have to go through the approval process. Or you could upload a list of email addresses of people that are welcome to join, and they don't have to go through the approval process. So one thing you could go ahead and do is upload a list of your customers, so that way when they go in, they could join your group without going through the approval process, and that could be pretty handy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close that out here. Coming on down here, and then we get to manage discussion and who can post, and the default is anyone in the group, and that's probably what you want. You want most people to be able to post, unless for some reason you want admins only. So select what's relevant. Approve all member posts, so you could go ahead and restrict people from posting until it's been approved by an admin or a moderator, or you can go ahead and turn it off, and anybody can post whenever they want. So again, personal preference, I typically leave this off. I let people post whenever they want to post, and then the community can go ahead and reply to those various posts. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close that now. And then we get into the advanced settings like linked pages. So of course, since I created this group based on my Nathan's Shoe Store page, like it's automatically linked. But if I want to link other pages that I have to this group, I could go ahead and select them right here. And so of course, if this is relevant to you, go ahead and take advantage of it. Coming on down here, we have recommended groups. So if you have other groups that you've created or you're partners with or something like that, and you recommend to other people, you could go ahead and add them to your recommended group list right here. So that could be handy in growing other groups you may own. And then coming on down here, if you have any applications, you could go ahead and connect your group to those applications. I've never done that before, but if you have an app, hopefully you can figure out, how this all works together. I'm gonna go ahead and close that now. And so those are the basic settings, and it's pretty simple to understand. You just go through here and select what's relevant for your group. Now, I do want to go through a couple other options over here, in particular membership questions. So you can go ahead and set up some questions here, and whenever somebody wants to join your group, they have to answer these questions before they can, apply to your group. So you could go ahead and add questions, and some popular questions are like, what email address did you use to purchase the course? So you would use this question if you're like accepting people into your group based off of them buying a product or service from you. Like for example, with the Sales Funnel Book version 2.0, I let people join our private Facebook group as a bonus, right? So one of my questions is, what email address did you use to purchase the Sales Funnel Book version 2.0? And then I can go into the system, verify that they're a buyer before I permit them into the group, right? So that could be a good question to have if it's relevant to you, or if you have any other questions that you want people to go ahead and answer before you grant them access to your group. You could go ahead and configure that right here. Now, another area you might want to go to right away is your group rules. So if you have some rules you want to go ahead and specify for your group, like this will get you banned or whatever, you can go ahead and add the rules right here, and it'll appear in your Facebook group. So I created a rule here. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Okay, create. And so there we go. I've gone ahead and created a rule. And of course, you can go ahead and create multiple rules if you want to. So that's something you might want to go ahead and set up as you're creating your group, is your rules in addition to membership questions. And then we can get into automatic member approvals and set up requirements So right here, we could go ahead and allow people to automatically be approved into your Facebook group. So if they fulfill certain requirements, like they completed all membership questions, or they're within whatever miles of a city, or they're already friends with somebody in your group, or they joined Facebook in the last 1 to 2 years, or 3 or 6 months, or whatever is relevant. So if you want to go ahead and enable automatic approvals instead of you having to confirm everyone, this is where you go ahead and set that up. I'm going to leave it blank for now, but I just wanted to show you that's an option. And then you can go into member requests, and this is where people are going to be listed as they're waiting to enter your group. And so you'll see a list of people. If you have questions, you'll see that they answered their questions, what their answers are, and then you can go ahead and approve those people or deny them from joining your group. And so of course there are some more options over here, like pending posts and post topics and scheduled posts and activity log and things like that. So you can go ahead and explore, but I want to go back to my group now. So let's go back to my home. And then when it comes to posting in your Facebook group, it's just like posting anywhere else on Facebook. You just go to this what's on your mind box and you fill in like welcome to the group. And you can go ahead and add like the background image if you want to, or you could go ahead and add an image if you're not using a background image. You could add an image or a GIF or tag people or check in, or there's more. So you could add, a file or a video, and you can do a bunch of different things just like any other post. You could also go ahead and schedule it if you want to. So if that's relevant, go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and put it like this, hit post. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and select this little menu, the 3 dots right here. I'm going to go ahead and mark this post as an announcement. So this post is basically pinned to the top of the group now, and everybody coming into the group will see this welcome to the group message. So what I recommend doing is creating like a welcome to the group post similar to this, but I'd probably include some more information like what to do, how to act, list out the rules, list out different resources they could go ahead and access, and all that type of stuff. So, give people like what to do when they're a member of your group. So go ahead and do that, and go ahead and set it as an announcement so that way it's pinned to the top and everyone sees it. Alrighty, so I have a couple other things I want to show you before we end this video. So when I'm posting in my group, you'll notice that I'm posting as my page, like Nathan's Shoe Store as my page. But if I want to go ahead and post as myself, like as Nathan Williams and my personal account, I could come up here and switch to my personal account, so Nathan Williams. And I do have to go ahead and join the group first before I can go ahead and post in it. So I'll go ahead and join group, and now I can go ahead and post as myself inside of the private Facebook group. So, hi, happy to be here, and post. So now I'm posting as myself instead of posting as my page, right? So here I'm posting as my page versus up here I'm posting as myself. And you see I got my little founding members badge here as well. So pretty nifty stuff. And of course I can switch back over to interacting as my page, and now I'm on my page. And so that is that. Now I do want to come back to the settings menu real quick, and I want to address the social learning units right here. So this is a great way to organize important group information or help members learn something new. So this is a pretty cool feature where you can go ahead and share like files like downloads, or you can share like courses and things like that. So if you click add here, and then it kind of breaks it down for us. So this is your space to organize important information or teach people new skills. Here's how to start. And so basically you can build an entire course inside your group. So we can go ahead and create a unit now. And then basically we go ahead and create the course. So I'll go with like 1, what is a Facebook group, and save. And then we go ahead and we create different posts inside of each unit. And basically I would think of a post as like a particular lesson. So we have our unit here, and then each post is a lesson within the unit. So we go ahead and create a post, and this would be lesson 1 and lesson 1 and post. And then we go ahead and we could create another post. So this would be lesson 2 and lesson 2. And of course, you could go ahead and upload photos or video. So if you're creating like a video course, you could go ahead and upload a video and people could watch that video from here. And then of course, you can go ahead and add new units if you want to and build out like a full-on course. And so as you can see, this is a pretty cool feature that's offered within the Facebook groups. And you can build different courses and all that type of stuff right there inside of your group. And it's a great way to beef up your community. To go out of here, we just hit this little X button, and now people can go ahead and go through my little course that I've created and so on. So it's a pretty cool thing, and you can share files and all sorts of stuff right in this area. And so that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to show you some of the basic settings for configuring your group. There's obviously a lot of stuff you can go ahead and do in here, and just play around with it, click around, see what makes sense, or adjust things, play with it. You can't really break it, so don't be scared or anything like that. And I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I appreciate any sorts of likes, comments, subscribes, anything like that. And of course, if you have questions, please feel free to ask them down below. And that's it. I hope that you have a great rest of the day.